while I was only too happy to be her alibi when she stayed out all night. It wasn't until we both went to college that I came to some kind of self-understanding. Boys just didn't tickle my proverbial fancy, although it still took me a while to understand why. No, actually, I didn't even work it out for myself. Once again, it was Sophie who led me, this time to the realization that girls were more my bag. And here was an email from her. Oi, Leza, what you doing later? Fancy meeting up at the dog for a snifter? Text me and let me know. I've a cunning plan. Soph, kiss. I loved seeing Sophie, loved her infectious laugh, her twinkling brown eyes, her zest for life. However, if I did go to the dog, that would mean I would have to break the monotony of my existence. Could I, or should I say, dare I, break away from eating a meal for one, having a soak in the tub, and then tumbling into a solitary bed at 9:30? I slipped my phone from my bag and saw that I had a message, the very same message Sophie had sent via email. My, she was eager. 3 times I wrote the reply, changing my mind each time. No, yes, no, and then a 4th and final time. See you later, say 7? Better be good, Jess, kiss. What has happened to the English language, eh? Sometimes it would be far easier to write with the correct spelling and grammar, instead of wondering how on earth you can write see you later about 7. Better be good, Jess, kiss, without blowing apart a handful of neurons. Weirdly enough, most of us still sign the bloody thing when it is obvious who sent it, as our names appear on the other person's phone. Yes, I know, waffling. 7 o'clock saw me walking into the dog. Sounds strange, but I mean the pub and not our canine friend, and easily spotting Sophie chatting to the barman. Her laughter tinkled over to where I was standing, and it seemed almost instinctive on her part for her to stop her flirting, turn and bless me with a huge grin, before waving her hands wildly as if I hadn't already seen her. As I stepped up to the bar, a vodka and lime was placed in front of me. I hadn't planned on having a drink, as just being out of the house after dark was more than my Puritan lifestyle could easily handle. But one wouldn't hurt, would it? Or 2, maybe 3, just to shake off the shackles of a working day and the smell of fucking curry. By the 4th, I was feeling relaxed. Actually, more like on the verge of passing out. I had worked my way through the giggly stage and was approaching homing mode when Sophie landed me with it. How's about you and me going back to school? And do what? Burn it down? Graffiti, Miss Edwards is a twat over the windows in the mass block. Night school, I mean. My face took on the I don't understand look that I always thought made me look semi-intelligent, although in reality it probably screamed, "Idiot here!" Sophie shifted closer to me, looking over her shoulder in a conspiratorial way, as if the KGB were tuning in on our conversation. Art class. What the art class? As in life drawing. As in another look over her shoulder. Naked men. Of course I wasn't interested. What kind of lesbian would I be if I went to night school to see men flashing their purses? Men who likely couldn't get anyone else to look at it, even if they exposed themselves to women in the subway. I opened my mouth to tell her as much, but she spoke over me. And naked women. My mouth was still on the verge of rejecting her suggestion, but I didn't. I slowly closed my mouth. Was this the only way I was ever going to see another woman naked again for the rest of my life? I can't believe I hesitated about turning her down. Can't believe I didn't look affronted and say as much. But I didn't. Look, I was joking, Jess. I thought you might want to do something together instead of you sitting at home every night all on your own. A small smile crept over her face. I know breaking up with Sam was hard.